Way too heavy. There is no wind coming in here. There's no wind even forecast. Holy shit.
What? That was a scream. Holy shit, David. David's walking up. He's walking up the road. He's going to the road. Get in the car.
Is that a knife, bro?
Dude, he's got
yo, just get out of here, man. Let's just go. What the hell, bro? Is this really happening, bro?
Camping is meant to be peaceful, a break from the chaos of everyday life. Just you, the stars, and the quiet of the wild. But for some, that silence hides something far more sinister. Tonight, we're diving into 6 of the most disturbing camping encounters ever caught on camera. These terrifying encounters are enough to make even the bravest campers think twice before heading into the woods again. Matt is no stranger to overnight camping, but what he encounters in this video is enough for him to cut his mission short. Matt's friend had suggested this camping spot because he had a bad experience, something he couldn't explain. A tense, creepy feeling hovered over him, and he was sure Matt wouldn't go through with it. Taking on the challenge, Matt set out with his gear, prepared for what lay ahead.
Welcome to a solo camping in a haunted cave video. All right, so the whole entire reason why we're doing this mission today, one of my real good mates who lives just up here, he said to me, he went to visit this cave. He walked into the cave. He reckons that there's a man-made ladder which you can climb down. And as he was climbing down the cave, he had this super uneasy feeling. Like he reckons it was like nothing he's ever felt before. Like he felt like he was like being watched. He had like cold shivers over his body, and he reckons he's like, this is like a pretty manly dude, and he reckons he was like fully wigging out. Like he sort of went into the cave a little bit, and he just had that feeling of like he was being watched or there was something going on in the cave. So he reckons he hightailed it out of there, and he told me about it, and he said to me, you will not go and sleep in that cave. And I was like, yes, I will.
His day started off like any other adventure. He set off into the cave with a plan in mind, to get a fire going and purify some water that was sitting inside.
So this is the cave, which we are going to call home until it's morning. So once I go in, we are not coming back out of this cave until the sun comes up tomorrow morning. And if there is weird ghost activities or something like that, I'm going to push myself to the limit to stay in this cave as long as I possibly can until something like physically hurts me, touches me, and then I'm crawling my ass out of there. Hello? Oi! Oh man. All right, so as you can see, we've made it to the entrance of the cave. Here it is, literally standing above the hole right now. What we're going to do is we're going to jump on this shonky ladder which goes way down there, and once we get inside the cave there is no leaving until the sun comes up tomorrow morning.
After a long hike, he arrived at the cave with one thing in mind. He wasn't leaving until the next morning, no matter what. The cave was something straight out of a horror movie. Overgrown tree trunks and a man-made ladder leading inside. As he made his way through the cave, it gave off an eerie vibe. Pushing himself, he ventured through different small parts of the cave.
I understand why old mate was getting a little bit freaked out though. It definitely has that spooky feeling about it in here. What's this hole? Oh my God, what goes down there? That is hectic. Do you reckon I can get in there? Oh. All right, that's an extremely small hole, but it would fit a human body. So, one of the challenges during the night is to go down there. It's very hard for you guys to see this, but it looks like it opens up on the other side. So that's one of our challenges for the night, is to crawl through that hole. There's a lot of different little gaps, holes and gullies. This looks like there might be a little bit of water over here, maybe. Oh, this is creepy, man.
While doing so, he heard two strange noises. One of them was a rock rolling, and the next one was something he couldn't make out. At this point, he felt uncomfortable, like someone was watching him.
It's currently 8:36 at night. Two noises which I've heard, which completely, the second noise, I had goosebumps from my head to toes. I'm talking a sound I've never heard it before in my entire life. It had to have been a bat, it had to be something, but it's just not, it's just something I've never heard before. Very strange sound. The first one was a rock falling. Way over there somewhere there was a rock which it just sort of like, it just rolled for ages and then it sort of just hit another rock on the bottom. But the second sound, I froze, man. I was like frozen, like I couldn't move. I was just waiting for something just to like whack me. It's just strange, very strange feeling in here. But when my mate said he's being watched, I'm feeling that feeling. I have 100% feeling uneasy in this cave right now. It's only 8:30 at night and I'm not feeling comfortable, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, it's just a cave. It's just like, it's just anything else. So, pretty getting a little bit hungry. I might dig into those baked beans, start a little fire and see where the rest of the night goes.
As he sat in the cave, about to prepare a fire and some food, he heard more strange noises. One of them sounded like the man-made ladder moving. One thing was certain, Matt was on edge.
I did have a spoon for my baked beans, but the spoon is gone, so we're just gonna drink it out of the can. It's still gonna be delicious as always. That is beautiful. Baked beans in a haunted cave. Oh my fucking God. That was the sound. That is the sound. Did you hear that? Look at my arms. I got full goosebumps. It's the chains moving when I climb down the ladder. It's a big, heavy, thick chain. Wind can't move that. Holy shit. I really hope you guys heard that chain move just then. It is 100% now. I heard it before. I'm 100% certain it's the chain that I walked in, that you climbed down into this cave on. It's moving. Now, you can't move that chain with wind. It's way too heavy. There is no wind coming in here. There's no wind even forecast. Holy shit. Oh my fucking God. You must have heard that just then.
Pushing away the eerie feeling, he sat down, eating his baked beans to refuel. Then, as he was eating, the same sound echoed through the cave. He said it was the chains from the ladder. The sound was enough to send chills through his spine. Then it happened again, louder this time. He felt so uneasy, he considered aborting the mission, but determined not to give up, he went and sat in the corner, staying on high alert.
The only thing it can be, like, this is a public cave. People can come in this cave. The thing that's strange, it's like 11 o'clock at night. Why would anyone come in here? And the chain moved but didn't, like, if you're gonna walk down the chain, it will swing the whole entire way. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna swing, but this isn't swinging. This is just moving, rapidly moving and stops. It's the third time it's happened now. And it's, I'm almost about to abort mission, but I've got the only way up is that chain. Yeah, this is freaking me out a little bit. All right, I'm just gonna go sit back down in my corner and just stay very alert. Not gonna lie, this is a little bit freaky.
2 hours later, it became too much. The sounds weren't normal. It was intense. He wasn't staying any longer.
Okay, well, I've got my backpack back on and I'm booting on out of here. I just heard a sound. It's not normal. It's definitely not a normal sound and I'm scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie. That sound, it was not normal. It's probably about 2 hours, 2.5 hours after I checked in with you guys, so it would be around 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and that sound was not normal. I'm getting out of here.
As he started making his way to the exit, the bats around him were going mad, as if they sensed danger. Then, as he approached the ladder, a realization hit. He didn't want to give up, knowing he'd be mad at himself. He sat by the ladder, ready for anything.
The bats can listen to this, just listen for 2 seconds. Hear the bats? They're going weird, the bats are flying around here, they've not done that yet. I'm not too sure if you guys are going to be able to see the bats flying around, but they're really flying around here. They are active for some reason. And I just heard a sound that I've never heard before. I'm at the ladder. So this is the ladder that was making the sounds. And you're trying to tell me that this big ladder, something has to move this. And it has to move it because a rock fell and rolled all the way down here somewhere. So something was moving this chain 3 times in a row. I got no idea what it could have been. Can't be the bats. So these bats are active. They're everywhere, but they're too small. I don't know. I don't want to go. I don't want to leave this cave. I want to stay here and do the whole night, but that noise was just scary. I might sit up here. I might just chill here. I'm not going back down there, but okay, I'm gonna make a decision to stay in here for the whole entire night. If I quit now, I'm gonna be pissed off at myself. I will be really angry.
Then, at 2 a.m., he heard the same unexplainable noise. He described it as a hissing sound and a human voice. He walked around the cave, trying to shake off his nerves.
Okay, it is up around 2:30 in the morning right now. I've heard that sound again, so the only way I can describe this noise, it's between a cat hissing and it sounds like human voice. Like, I'm not even joking, it sounds human-like. I can't even make the sound with my mouth. It's an extremely weird sound, and as soon as you hear it, you just get riddled with goosebumps. Like, I'm talking riddled. I've built up the confidence. I've walked around the cave. I'm trying to walk in the direction of the sound, and I've been looking around for, I don't know, the good part of 15 minutes now. I can't see any like cat eyes. I can't see any movement. I can't see anything. It's just really strange sounds.
Matt faced the night and saw it through. When the sun rose, he was ready to leave. Another mission ticked off his list. What do you think was causing these sounds? Was it the paranormal? Let me know in the comments below.
Some of the most craziest, most busted ass sounds I've heard in my life were happening last night. Like, I'm talking sounds that give me chills, dude.
Tom and Dave are known for their chilling investigations, exploring haunted graveyards and eerie woods. In this video, they take on a new challenge: England's most haunted woodlands. The area has a dark history. People have claimed to see shadow figures and hear eerie noises in the trees. They arrive and make their way deep into the forest, fully prepared with paranormal equipment.
So we've come to a massive forest, which is said to be extremely haunted. We actually came to this area, when was it? A few years ago now, wasn't it?
2 years.
Yeah, it's got to be probably touching 3 years probably,
Yeah.
now I'd say. And we caught some crazy stuff in here. And we've not been back really since, so thought we'd head out here because this place is pretty much in the middle of nowhere.
As they walk for miles, their camera picks up a mysterious light in the distance, something they didn't notice until later while editing. They pull out their Spirit Talker app, making the bold decision to try and connect with the dead.
Hello? Hello? Just gonna run Spirit Talker, see what we get on this. I'm gonna leave the app running and stick it in my pocket so I can use my torch because it's absolutely pitch black.
Can you come close to us and make these lights go off, please? That's how we know that you're around us.
You can use the device here in my pocket to talk to us.
Beware of the dark.
Beware of the dark.
Thanks for that. We're in the middle of the forest now.
In the
Could have told
dark.
us down there.
Yeah.
We're on the main road.
Why do we need to beware? Is there somebody here that we should beware of?
Seat.
Seat. He just said seat. We just walked past one.
While talking to the spirits, a noise echoes from deep within the trees. It sounded like someone was out there, lurking. Suddenly, the app picks up a voice. It says the name Margaret. They try to connect further, but another unexplained noise comes from the woods.
A lot of different people have seen strange things in this forest. Are you one of those things? What was that a minute ago?
I just heard somebody talking.
I thought
Yeah, same.
I heard someone talking. That's why I stopped.
And it sounded like, I couldn't make out what it was saying, but it sounded like,
Hospital.
what was that?
Hospital.
It sounded like something like this. Are you?
A what?
I don't know. That tone.
I heard like a mum, like it was a mum. There was a mumble.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Weird.
My name is Margaret.
My name is Margaret. Hello, Margaret.
Are you with us? Or you come up close, touch my hand. These lights will go up. The closer you get, the lights will go right up. if you want to. I'm not forcing you.
Hello? Hello? Is there somebody there?
Yeah,
You heard that, didn't you?
Yeah.
What's that? That's like a...
Talking.
But it sounded like a kid. Wait, that's like a girl.
Margaret?
That's not... Hello?
Something felt off. As they scan the trees, the same light appears again,
Hello, is there somebody in the wall?
flickering in the distance. Were they being watched? Being miles into the forest, they found it hard to believe anyone else would be out there at this time. The noises only grew more intense.
There can't be anyone around, can it? Because
No,
we're in...
We heard it at the same time. We both reacted to it, don't we?
We drove 3 miles
Jason.
from the main road.
Yeah.
Jason. Every now and then I hear like somebody talking,
Yeah.
and it doesn't sound like it's near us
Put
though.
off, because I can't.
It doesn't sound like it's like close.
Yeah.
You hear that again?
You hear that?
You hear that again?
You hear that?
Do you know what it sounds like? Someone going,
No,
ooh. Do you know,
Yeah, it's not an animal either.
so that's what I was trying to think. Is it an animal? But what animal goes, ooh, like in a human voice? Take a left. It just said.
And
There's literally a trail.
Right, listen, that's where I'd seen something.
Then the spirit box gave a chilling instruction. Take a left. They turned and found a trail heading in that exact direction. They pushed forward, determined to find out what was happening. They then used a radar device, which confirmed something was nearby.
Need you to react. Make something happen.
Beware of the woman.
Beware of the woman. What? It said beware of the woman.
No, the woman a witch.
Here's all the responses that we've been getting. I'm just keeping the app, guys, in my pocket because I need to hold my torch at the same time.
Eh?
Hey?
Are we walking into a trap?
What if it's this woman that's told us to turn left?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we've got a long run back. Over ice and snow as well.
Is that you? Stopped. Can you do it again? Just now, just to show us that it was you doing that. Is it the woman? We know you can do it.
Something going on here.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got the spirit box out. We're just going to try and find a little spot down here where we've been told to go. And we'll run it and see if we get anything.
Next, they used a third piece of equipment designed to pick up voices. That's when they heard a loud, inhuman noise. It echoed through the trees. It didn't sound like anything they'd ever heard before.
What was that?
What the shit was that?
What was that?
What the shit was that?
Turn it off, mate.
What the shit was that? It sounded like pissing Bigfoot. David. I'm not even, and it's actually funny. But it sounded like bloody Bigfoot.
When they asked the device what it was, it responded, animal. Then they asked what kind, and the box answered, Bigfoot. As they continued their communication, the box began saying chilling things, warnings, putting both men on edge.
Let's try spirit box again.
Was it an animal?
Yeah.
It was a big animal. What sort of animal was it?
What did it say?
Bigfoot.
Did it?
Somebody's messing about here.
It didn't say that, did it? Did it?
I'm sorry. Yeah, you can have it.
Creature. It just said creature.
If we're in danger, you must let us know.
Probably. What's going on here?
Can you shout as loud as you can?
What the?
I didn't even finish that question. Can you shout as loud as you
It's
can?
just a creature again. These are some of the weirdest responses we've had.
The noises around them picked up again. Then everything changed. Tom saw someone in the distance, walking past the gate. He shined his light, quickly making his way to the car. He shouted out, but got no response.
Who's that? Someone just walked past the gate. Because I just saw them. Someone just walked past the gate, David. To the right. They've gone to the right. Because I've just seen them do it. I shined my torch down there and they went past. The car's there, yeah. Someone was right near the gate and then they went to the right. Oh, unless they went down, oh shit. Unless they went down there. I just saw them in front of the gate as we were up there. Let's be quiet a minute. Hello? Hello?
Then 2 cars drove past. Something strange, as no one had passed all night. Their nerves were high. They were certain they weren't alone. Then they saw a fresh footprint. It wasn't theirs.
Hey?
I wasn't looking that way.
Oh, there's a car coming down the thingy trail. What's he doing down here? There's been no cars come down here the whole time we've been here. Is he stopping? Another one? What's going on? There's no... Yeah. Whoa, there's a big boot print here. Look at the size of that. That's a big boot, isn't it? Bloody hell, I'm a size 13. Look at the size of that. What?
Yeah.
Torch. There's a torch, there's a torch. I told you. There's someone gone in the woods. I saw them walk in there.
And then they saw someone. A torch flickered through the trees, followed by a scream. The light moved closer, following them.
Yeah. What?
That was a scream.
What?
That was a scream. Holy shit, David.
What scream?
Did you hear the woman scream?
Yeah.
David, he's walking up. He's walking up the road. He's going to the road. Get in the car. Oh shit. Open the door. Get in the car.
They ran to the car, but whoever it was still following. Not taking any chances, they drove away, refusing to stick around to find out who or what was out there.
David, pull off.
What do you mean?
Start the car. What is he doing? He's shining it in the car. Turn that radio on. Because there's a flipping woman that was screaming down there, and then this guy's just come out of nowhere, and I told you I saw someone creeping near your car. He's gone up that flipping dirt track.
Where?
The other forest dirt track.
Alright, let me go now.
Wait, stay there. I need to get a shot of this shit. Unless his mate's coming.
Where are you going?
Stay there. Look at that. Where is he? Is he here?
It's October 29th, 2012. A family went camping in Provo Canyon. As they hiked through the woodlands, they spotted some deer on the hill, and then what they thought was a bear. They started filming, and that's when they saw it.
Yeah, I can't see it. What's it doing? Does he think it's a bear? Yeah, that's. You think there's a bear up here next to the deer?
A tall creature lurked in the trees, barely visible. As they continued filming, trying to get a closer look, the creature stood up. It was massive, unlike anything they had ever seen before.
Yeah, we probably should be too close to it, huh? It's kind of cool though. Let's go.
The group ran for their lives, not looking back. The video ends, leaving us all to wonder, was this Bigfoot?
Let's go.
Two friends decided to embark on a hiking adventure, exploring some caves and taking in the beauty of nature. But what started as a peaceful escape soon turned into a nightmare.
I know we're almost there. Starting getting sun down, but look at those views.
And the way you make it sound, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I know it's a little hard to tell, but if you want, we can rest a little bit right here.
After walking for miles, they stopped to rest on a nearby bench. That's when someone appeared in the distance, out of nowhere. The man stood there in silence, his face barely visible. He waved to them, before placing his hands behind his back and pulling out a weapon.
Well, look. Do you see that?
I don't know about it, I guess.
I know. I usually never see nobody here, though. Weird, I guess. Hi. Where has hands behind his back? Is that a knife, bro?
Dude, he's got
Yo, just get out of here, man. Let's just go. What the hell, bro? Is this really happening, bro? Yo, I promise every time I come, nobody's here. Should we go? Let's go.
They ran, scrambling for their phones, only to realize they had left them in the car. Panicked, they kept running, dropping behind tall grass to try and hide.
What the heck, man? Alright, so I don't know what's going on, but there's like some crazy guy up here, and there's literally nobody around us. Hey, let's go hide right here. Just go down here. Bro, he might know the trail more than we do, so we're just gonna have to hide for now. Alright, let's go. Bro, what's going on? 20 minutes.
Luckily, the man ran past them, not seeing where they went. They got up, ran straight back to their car, and made it out safely. The experience was enough to scare them for life. And one question still lingers. What were the man's intentions?
Let's go. Bro, what's going on?
Tom is an avid outdoorsman and has spent years going on adventures, hiking, camping, fishing, and more. With all his experience, he's never encountered anything strange until this video. In 2022, he was sitting in the woods of Tennessee doing some hunting. As the day went on, strange noises began to creep in.
Right here at this very spot a week ago from today. This is Saturday, and last weekend marked the end of the hunting season here in Tennessee. And I was sitting here doing some squirrel hunting, and as the afternoon rolled on, everything got real quiet, and it was a rather pleasant day. And then all of a sudden, just out of the blue, I heard this really weird howling sound directly ahead of me, probably 200 yards or so away. And it was repeating itself at probably 20 or 30 second intervals. I don't know, 15, 20 times. It just did it over and over again. And it was really bizarre to me because I just couldn't think of what it might be.
Tom sat by a tree, filming the sounds. They were high-pitched and bizarre.
Well, folks, I just spotted another squirrel up there. But I'm hearing some really weird howling noises right up over here. I think it's a coyote. You're out here in the woods and everything gets quiet. You hear all kinds of weird noises. I'll tell you what. Sounds like it moved. There, you hear it. Don't know what in the world that is. That sounds weird. I don't know what. I thought it was a coyote, but I'm not real sure. You can hear it. I think you can hear it. I hope the camera's picking that up.
As he listened, he noticed coyotes nearby, and they were reacting to the same sounds. The noises were unexplainable, enough to put him on edge. In shock, he sat filming as the sounds echoed around him. And what made the situation even more chilling was how silent the woods became. No wildlife, no movement, nothing.
Well, folks, whatever that is that was howling a while ago, it started up again. I don't know what it is. It sounds like there's some coyotes, but there's something else. Well, folks, whatever that is that was howling a while ago, it started up again. I don't know what it is. It sounds like there's some coyotes, but there's something else.
The strange sounds were consistent, echoing from all around him. Not taking any chances, he packed up his equipment and left, not looking back, and not sticking around to find out what, or who, was out there. With all his years of experience, he had never heard anything like it.
I don't know what it is.
Nikki is a YouTuber, known for her camping and adventure videos. In this one, she heads out for a solo wild camping trip and encounters something terrifying. She prepares her car, grabs the essentials, and drives down the back roads into the woodlands.
But first, we gotta stop, get food, get gas. That's it. But I got about 8 miles or so on these back roads. I love doing this.
After a long drive, she finds a spot to camp in for the night, a small opening surrounded by thick trees. Nikki unloads her car, sets up camp, and gets settled in.
I think I'm gonna make it happen because it's a really nice, flat area. Just right in front of this gate that's closing off this state road. Okay, now if I can just get the inside of it set up, that way when it gets dark, everything's done. And by the looks of the sun, I probably have about 2 hours or so left of daylight.
Once her camp is ready, she makes a meal to fuel up for the long night ahead. After eating, she decides to go for a short hike before the sun sets and darkness creeps in.
Before it gets dark, I think I'm gonna walk out the road, or this road, just to see what's around that little corner right there. I don't know how far I'll go, but yeah, it's about time to build a fire too. I always like to look up on the ridge line because, you know, I might get lucky one day, or terrified to death and see the big guy standing up there looking at me. If you believe in Sasquatch or Bigfoot or whatever you call him, drop a comment below. Let me know. Because I believe I'm a believer.
Her hike was like any other, until it wasn't. While taking in the scenery, she suddenly hears a strange noise, the sound of wood knocking. What made it even more unsettling was how silent the forest was.
There's like new, if you look really closely, there's like new gravel up here underneath these leaves. So thought I heard some knocking coming from that direction. Kind of sound like somebody knocking on a tree, but could have been a woodpecker or anything like that, I guess. But I don't hear it now, so we'll just forget that.
Not taking any chances, she heads back to camp and sets up some lights around her tent. She starts a fire, taking in the warmth and trying to shake off the uneasy feeling. Later that night, her husband heads out to join her, bringing a sense of safety. After he arrives, they go on another short hike, and that's when things take a turn.
My husband decided to come. He is on his way here. He is so funny when he's with me. I don't know if he's gonna stay all night. He might just stay really late and then drive back out, but hopefully I can talk him into staying all night. But if not, it's okay too. Birds are looking ahead. There's those rocks I was talking about. What's that?
What truck is that?
I don't know. It's big though. It's huge. It's a big old track.
They come across a large, unusual footprint, heightening their unease. As they continue on, they notice reflections through their camera lens, as if something or someone was watching them.
Like you said.
Yeah. Shine your headlight down in there so we can get a better view of it. Be careful. Look up at those trees. That's just piles and piles of trees.
Look at trees.
Yeah, see, they cut that and I cut that to clear the road. But they got the gate closed. Some kind of reflectant.
Could have been wrong.
The GoPro's not picking it up, but your light's on.
Who the hell was it? Yeah, well, not really.
It's something in a tree.
Looks like a piece of, like one of those aluminum plates.
On edge, they return to their camp and prepare another meal. trying to push past the eerie feeling. But they can't help but notice how eerily silent the woods are. No wildlife. Nothing. Something wasn't right. Eventually, they call it a night and go to bed. Nothing more happens, and they wake to the morning sun. They make some coffee, fuel up for the day, and head home, not looking back. The wilderness can be peaceful until the quiet is broken by something you can't explain. Which of these encounters stuck with you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, because in the shadows of the forest, you never know what might be lurking just out of sight.